What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to Miss Best Reviews channel. Let's also welcome in our regular and fabulous co-host, James, from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Girl, don't be doing that because that's contagious.
I'm so sorry. I'm sleepy, y'all. Let's welcome in James. Please subscribe to James's channel. We support each other in YouTube. We do a lot of YouTube together, and he got good content, so experience it. Miss Buckreef said, "Hey, been so long since I seen y'all. She's funny. I caught up with RHOM, so let's go." Right. Oh man, Housewives of Miami. It's giving me classic Housewives, like just in terms of how it feels, how things are going. When we used to just get a little shaken table or some water thrown. I like it. I'm enjoying it a lot. But let's get right into the episode. This was the 5th episode of season 7, Miami Goddesses. Y'all, I don't like the shape of Lisa's head. I'm just looking at it in the picture and it just irked my soul. It's bothering me, but I'm going to let it go. I don't care about Alexia's segment at the beginning. All that comes out of this is she's going to throw basically a party that identifies which of the ladies in the group are narcissists. I don't really have much to say on it. I'm in school. I'm in graduate school for counseling, and that's something I'm going to have to go over. But like her whole way of going about, like, that's not how you come at a narcissist, number one. Number two, her energy with the dude who's going to help her throw the party was weird. And that's all I have to say. James, did you want to add anything to Alexia's little segment?
No. We need to get to the segment I want to talk about because I got some words for Gertie. So let's hurry and get there.
I am sure you do. Alexia can go. I am going to say that before I move on. Alexia doesn't give much on this show. I don't have time for it. She can go. But Lisa's talking about her ex Lenny. I guess in their MSA marital settlement agreement of some sort, some land that they owned, he got the right to build on it. And she's talking about if he's going to stick to the plans that they both wanted. I'm like, why does it matter if he's building to sell? And you have Jody. I didn't like that Jody was so involved in anything that has to do with her ex. That's weird. But then Lisa says that people take advantage of her. And now that she has Jody, they can't. She's not smart and she's weak. James, how'd you feel about it? That's all I got.
You said she's not smart and she's weak. Summed it up perfectly. That's exactly how I feel. So, yes, good job for reading my mind.
What else? I don't know what Lisa wants from the public. Like today, she posted something about what we're going to see in the episode saying, I let everyone know I'd be late and they still chose to stay. I have receipts. Then post the receipts. I'm getting tired of people saying they have receipts and then not posting them.
Well, even if you have receipts, it's a courtesy. Like they have every right to feel away when you're late.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand how you're excusing your behavior of not being courteous and polite by being on time versus you just taking responsibility to say, hey, that was my bad. I am so sorry.
We'll get into it more. She's not going to do that. She's just not going to do it. I understand why she and Larsa were friends. I heavily understand it. Stephanie meets with Larsa and Kiki. I'm getting tired of Kiki too. Kiki is bothered about her dad. She learned when her dad came into town, it looks like he's still in town, that he has 7 other children in addition to Kiki, with the one of them being as young as 3 years old. She feels away because she has a 19-year-old her dad has not met. She keeps talking about it with these women, which I don't feel like she should. Good luck, Kiki, with you and your daddy. Moving on. Stephanie explains that she has not spoken to her twin sisters. She does have siblings who are twins. And she is saying this to relate to Kiki about her and her dad because she says it's very difficult with family, but especially difficult when working with family. She says things went wrong when they were working for her and her husband's company. And it sounds like her sisters are not working with her anymore. And because of it, they've not spoken. I feel like we get these same storylines from people. Like, I know it's common to have like family issues, but like, come on. Like, your sisters, you're rich as hell. What they got that didn't come from you or your husband? If you do a bad job, you'll get fired. That's how it works. Like, everywhere. So I don't understand why family does that. So I do feel for her in that aspect. But Stephanie also explained she didn't like Lisa's comment about wanting friends who have jets and nice things. Who would like that? James, how did you feel about all of these ladies meeting up? Is he alive? Oh, there he
I'm
is.
alive. Sorry, no, because I had to move my computer. What was the question? I'm sorry.
The ladies, Alexia. Oh shit, let me go back in the note just that fast. Stephanie, Larsa, and Kiki met up. And basically Stephanie didn't like the comment about that Lisa made to her about having friends who are successful. And Stephanie has some beef with her twin sisters because they didn't do good at the job.
Oh, okay, okay. I remember the scene. Now I was like, wait, did I miss this scene? Because y'all, I try to watch everything, but I be getting up and be distracted and stuff. And I did watch this when I was at work, and I was on the time crunch, and so it was loud up in there. Um, I feel like this is why I said none of these women are likable, and this is the clique that is the most unliked outside of Julia as well. But I'm gonna say this: why do people get intimidated when people know people of a different stature and they want to hate? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, I've never been the type of person that when someone tells me, "Oh, I know the mayor," or "I know this representative," or "I know this executive," "Oh, I know this person, they got their own private plane." I've never been the person that just threw a stone and was like, "Ugh, they just gloating there. Ugh, they think they're better." I've never been that kind of person. I'm like, that is amazing. Always keep you some friends that have elevated status. So she's weird. And something tells me the beef with the sisters thing is her doing. I just have it,
Probably.
I just have it in my it's in my spirit. I just feel like it's her doing. Kind of like on Love and Hip Hop, Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how Tommy had that situation with her sister where she showed up to her sister's job and tried to fight her and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But Tommy had the nerve to be mad about that.
Yep.
I was
Yep.
like, no, that's not how that works. You don't come to someone's job where they have to make their money and start some shit because you was mad at them on a random Tuesday. That's not how that shit works. So something tell me that this is. I want the sisters to come on the show then
They
and
are.
tell their side.
They're gonna come on, and I hope that if they come on, she makes sure that they're getting paid since they ain't got no job.
Right.
I'm just saying something. But I also think we have to get out of just because your family become rich don't mean you rich. So
Right.
I do get that. Um, the show captures for a good chunk of the show. There was a hurricane, I believe Milton or something. Hurricane hit Florida. Miami is a sinking city and in the middle of one of the most active storm regions as it relates to hurricanes just on the globe. So this is something they deal with. I know when James was living in Florida, he dealt with it.
I
I'm
feel
glad
that
that it
not like
wasn't.
that.
I know, but it didn't even look
No,
fully
it
like
was
theirs
honestly the
was
hurricane that I
horrible.
was in. Y'all, it was a category one, which is pretty much you don't have to evacuate with that one. So it was a category one. My ass had to get home, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you'll be fine," and I'm like, "Uh, it's a hurricane." Everybody treated it like it was normal. Like everybody was at the store. The guy I was with at the time said, "Hey, stop by Wingstop. I just put an order in for us," and I'm like, "It's a hurricane. Why am I?" And people act like it was normal. So that's why I was all like, "Okay," but
It's the
yeah,
same thing that people do with California. They think that an earthquake is like a big deal, but as you know, we have them all the time. And it's just a little shift sometimes.
yeah, I
Uh,
don't even be noticing them things was happening. Like
yeah, but
I
like
don't
a
even be
hurricane,
noticing.
same thing. But yeah, the ladies experienced a hurricane. They filmed it. it didn't look too bad because I didn't see like horrible flooded streets and things of that nature. But Alexia and Gertie end up meeting after they capture the group and riding out the hurricane. Um, this pissed me off. So Gertie tells Alexia she felt misunderstood by the group and like the kindness that she gives is not reciprocated. And Alexia feels like Gertie is too defensive, which is fine because Gertie does actually overtalk people a lot. And I have noticed that and I cannot ignore it. However, Alexia, when are you going to acknowledge that nothing that Gertie has done warrants her to get water thrown in her face?
Yeah, I'm waiting for an answer for that.
Where is it? I don't understand. That's the thing. Like Alexia is not smart. You have a problem with this, but was okay with your husband slinging so much dope into the USA that he may never see the light of day. But you don't see anything wrong with Julia's actions. I don't understand it. So I was done with it. The scene annoyed me. Gertie, stop being nice. Stop explaining yourself.
We're not there yet, but yeah, I'm gonna wait till we get there.
Yeah, I'm tired of Gertie. Also, I want Gertie to stand up for herself. Stop being so nice. If people disrespect you, you need to be reminding them at every second until they acknowledge it. She poured water on me. What did I do to her? What did I pour on her? Did I touch her? You call me aggressive, but who's the one who made the act of aggression?
Right. I want these women to understand something. So if that's the case, if nobody saw anything wrong with Julia throwing water in her face, then y'all shouldn't see nothing wrong when I get up and slap the shit out of her. Yeah. Y'all shouldn't see nothing wrong with that either. Because had Gertie did that, y'all would have told Gertie she was the most dangerous person in the world and she should be punished. Yeah. But y'all have not standard or a consequence in the world for Julia, who got beside herself and threw water on her. Y'all don't have a consequence in the world for her. But let it be Gertie just because she overpowers. We get that shit is annoying. But that doesn't warrant anybody throwing water, because let's be very clear. Gertie didn't do anything wrong to Julia.
It's true.
So let's be very clear. So for y'all to sit up there and try to ridicule and try to chastise this lady over nothing literally is crazy to me. I'm sorry. So my point stands. If y'all don't see nothing wrong with Julia throwing water, then I don't want nobody to see no wrong with she got up and slapped the shit out of her. I don't want to see nothing wrong with that either. Because that's what I would have expected her to do at that point.
Yeah. They got off easy. But I'm not surprised. I am not surprised, y'all. Kiki is with her son, who's back in town from college. Let me say this. If I was Kiki, I would keep my 19-year-old child away from Larsa Pippen.
I'm trying to tell you.
Girl, I don't want her nowhere near her. And Larsa's an older woman and is starting to show. And I feel like the more she does the plastic surgery and the heavy makeup is going to show. But that was just a random observation. Larsa does encourage Kiki to call her father because Kiki wants her dad to wish her son a happy birthday. So she calls. Good for them. James.
No, I do not like neither one of them two. So we can move on.
Yeah, Kiki can go.
She really can. And Larsa can go too, but they ain't getting rid of Larsa, so wishful thinking. That's like getting rid of Kyle.
But Larsa at least will interact and engage if someone comes at her, calls stuff out, will do stuff that's appropriate for reality TV. Kiki hasn't done shit. And when she does those stuff, she's quietly meeting and having conversations to explain stuff and then crying about her daddy at her. Of
course, against the other black lady on the show.
Yeah, I don't. Kiki can go. She's useless. Truly useless. There's so many options in Miami. Choose another. Moving forward, we get to meet Stephanie's husband, Masood. I think she was calling him. I can't remember his name.
Yes,
it was Masood.
Yeah.
For an older man, he is not horrible looking. I can understand it. At first, I was because the way she introduced it was people assume that she's a gold digger, but I was I wouldn't just assume it.
Here's the thing. He actually was better looking than what you would typically see gold digging in Miami to be. Because when I tell you, When I tell you, y'all, it didn't make not a bit of damn sense when you go into the Blue Martini over there in Brickell and you see 25-year-olds with 70-year-old men literally in wheelchairs, and you're like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, at least you got her one that looks, fairly decent, as opposed to some of the women I done seen over there at the Blue Martini on Brickell, just not doing. I gotta take Mrs. Best over there so she can see it for herself, girl. Let me tell you, your mouth finna drop. I'm gonna let you know that now.
I cannot. I'm not meant
Hey,
for
Flo.
Miami. I am not meant for Miami. Um, Lord, because I am a person that enjoys people watching. I am the friend to call if you like. We could just look at people, look
I'm
at
telling
food.
you, you ain't ready. I'm
I
telling you,
love
you
it.
are not ready.
Lord help us, y'all. Not much happened this episode, which is good because Miami came in hot. So I was glad this episode was a little bit calmer. But yeah, Stephanie and her husband, they are okay. They had a situation in one of their buildings, but they rich, they'll figure it out. Now, her sisters texted her, wishing her, well, and making sure that she was safe in the hurricane, which I was like, okay, that's nice. But she was upset because then she tried to check in and like ask about the kids and their families, things like that. And that's where her sisters just like, I guess, went mute. I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to put a pin in it here because, as James said, we got to see the sisters to know more. We can't just take her side of the story.
I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to be fair, y'all. I need to hear the sister's point of view. I need to hear what's going on, and I'll assess for myself because some tell me there's more to this story than what she's trying to let on to believe.
I agree. There has to be more. There
There's
has to
more
be
to the
more.
story, yeah, because it doesn't make any sense. So yeah,
True. Now, Julia and Gertie meet up. That's the next scene. Julia does apologize for throwing water on Gertie without excuse and says that she meant what she said in the text about coming with an open heart. I say, you evil white lady. I'm
oh,
sorry.
yeah,
She's full of it. She did what she had to
Cruella.
do because she realized when talking to the rest of the women that she was wrong. Now, Gertie explains that she felt backstabbed by Julia. And then Julia says that she was upset that Gertie shared that she had a facelift with everyone just because she was mad. And Gertie was like, bitch, because I was just responding to how you were talking about I'm not really a friend. I'm not a friend, but you'd share a secret from me. So why would you tell everybody that? Gertie pretty much kept her foot on Julia's neck. I don't think Julia cared how Gertie responded. I think that
No,
if Gertie would have responded to her with open arms, she would have responded the same. Julia looked viscerally disgusted with even having to sit down with Gertie, in my opinion. If you pay attention to her body language and facial expressions, I don't think for a second that Julia wanted to sit down with Gertie. I think she only did it because this is part of her plan. Turn on her, take her down, and then do the legendary housewives sit down the housewives have after things get a little bit too crazy or physical. Julia is full of shit. That's what I'll say. James, how'd you feel about their scene and talk?
I'm gonna say this. One, I didn't believe Julia's apology. That's one thing. I didn't. I didn't. You know. I didn't believe it. I think that she did it because at the end of the day, it's damage control. Because probably at this point, she understands that she probably went too far, and she don't want the audience to ridicule her for that. My whole thing with Gertie, and this is where I'm about to get in Gertie's ass because, first of all, ma'am, what the hell is you apologizing for? I just want to know. Please tell me. Because there's no way I would have, this would have been my opportunity to cuss her out. Because nothing she did to you warranted your behavior. Nothing she did to you did it. So I would, and the problem with Gertie's, I think she's scared. I think she's scared how she's going to look on TV. I think she's scared of how the world's going to perceive her in a room full of all of these women. Her being, well, Kiki, but that don't count. her being the only black woman. Like I said, y'all have to understand something. Y'all have to learn how to stop having that fear, because they gonna say something about you anyway. Society and this world are going to already label you anyway. So you might as well just run with it. I think that's why that works for Mary Cosby. It's because she already knows she's gonna be labeled. If it's not for one thing, it's for another. She married her step grandfather. So she already knew coming into this that she was going to be ridiculed. The problem with Mary don't care how y'all look at her. What she says, Mary says what she wants. She reads everybody for filth, and she don't care if they cry. She don't care if they cuddle in the corner and be on suicide. Mary doesn't care, and she a pastor of all people. So I need Gertie to get some of that energy. I know people are like, well, James, she can't do that. Yes, she can. Yes, she
The
can.
thing is, just because people will look at us in a certain light because we're black in spaces that are not solely black doesn't mean we cannot be unapologetically ourselves and unapologetically black. I actually think more African American people should do what James is suggesting that Gertie
Yeah.
does and stand up to these bitches. Because in real time, it don't matter what color you are. If you disrespect me, we got a problem.
Yes.
And you're
And I
not going to
just
get a
don't.
pass because by Gertie keeping calm, that's also her giving into the privilege that someone like Julia has. She needs to stand the fuck up and speak the
She
fuck
do.
out.
Like I was ready for her to read her for absolute filth because that was her opportunity and chance. That was because because Julia already came with an attitude and already came on some stank ass energy anyway. So the fact of the matter is, even though she apologized, it was like, I don't care, your energy and how you approaching me now does not match your words. Like it doesn't. So I'm gonna come at you even harder. Like
I
that
would
would have
have
been
read
my
her for
chance.
filth and then asked her, "Do you want me to get you a cup of water so you can throw it again?" Like, read her for
Yes, I would have. I was
absolute
so
filth.
mad. I was looking at that scene. I'm like, Gertie, are you serious right now? Like, why are you succumbing to this lady? And someone made the point where you have to understand that they were friends. I don't give a fuck if they were friends. Once you throw something on me, once you physically violate me, no, there is no friendship anymore.
I have friends that
Everything.
I have gotten into it with really, really bad, where we hollering in each other's face, but nobody will touch a person. That's all the more reason to, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
she could speak up without touching her. If somebody feels the need to pick up a fucking glass, you're not my friend. If you care about somebody and just because they make you mad, you feel the need to assault them in some way, then you're not a friend and you're highly emotionally immature. And I think more people have to realize that, but you can stand up for yourself and read somebody for filth without stooping down to their level. And the fact that Gertie's not done that is kind of concerning. But another piece of me is like, Gertie, lead the show. I wish Gertie would lead the show, a piece of me, because then I'm like, without her, none of these ladies are really interesting enough, in my opinion, that they could sustain watchers and viewers.
Right. And Bravo in that call center, if y'all gonna get somebody to, you know, get somebody ignorant. I didn't say ignorant. I said I get somebody ignorant. They got plenty of them in Miami. Get somebody ignorant as hell, and y'all, I'm telling you, it will work so much better because that's gonna make Larsa sweat. That's gonna make all the other women move a little bit differently. Because I think with somebody as sweet as Gertie, they know they can pull her apart and pick her apart, and she's not gonna do anything about it. But come to you a reasonable conversation. I think I would be beyond that at that point. So Julia got away with murder from it. That's what it looks like for me. I'm sorry, she did.
Yeah, you put Julie on any other franchise, she would have got her ass whooped. It's
Yep,
just the truth.
absolutely.
It's the truth. It's the
Hi, Kevin
absolute truth.
Reynolds.
Welcome in, Kevin. The last thing we see is Alexia's stupid ass self help event, which is really just shade to call out narcissism in the group. Alexia, look at yourself, darling. That's all I'm gonna say. I was very disappointed in Kiki's outfit because the theme was like Greek goddess. Kiki, she just looked like she came in whatever she came in. But Lisa was 2.5 hours late. And everybody is upset about it. Marisol's like, we've been dealing with this for 13 years. Why are y'all not ditching her for 13 years? I don't
I'm
play
sorry
that.
too.
If people are late, I leave. If you late, and then especially to be late and not answering the phone or sending a text, bitch, I'm leaving.
I could understand 15 minutes to a half an hour. That's
Two and
fine.
a half hours though.
Right. That's crazy.
It's
That's
it's
like,
who
mm-mm,
does that?
mm-mm.
Nobody is that behind or busy. And that's the thing, like bitches like Lisa, you have to really say to her, like, Beyonce's on time. Why can't you be? Like, how important does this bitch really think that she is? I just cannot with her. I cannot. Um, Stephanie read Lisa for filth when she finally did arrive. Stephanie said, "What, you expect us to celebrate now that you're here? You're 2 hours late. That's rude." I said, "Oh, okay, Stephanie." And Lisa's like, "You don't even know me to talk to me like that." And so Stephanie tries to come down and reason with Lisa, and it's like, maybe my delivery was not right. So, are you gonna apologize? Stephanie said, "Listen, do you want your apology or not? Because this is what you go get." I said, "Oh, hello, Stephanie. Welcome.
Okay, for real.
Thank
Like,
you for
we're
being here. Hello," because all these other bitches was talking about her behind their back. "We've been going through this for 13 years. Stephanie said, "No, not me. Not I set the fly. Bitch, where you been? And when you around me, you better fix your ass to be on time. And watch who you talking to.
for
Jamie."
real.
I said, "Stephanie." I like her. That's it. I like her. She was well within her right. That's what happens when you really do got money and businesses and places. Your
Yep.
time is valuable.
Your time
And
is
you don't like for
valuable, and
nobody to
then
play
you
with
go
it.
read somebody for absolute filth when they violate your time, because that's exactly what she was doing. Like, your time is not that valuable for you to be this late to my shit. It did got the nerve to be like, they got the nerve to have an attitude about it. It was like, oh, no.
Lisa not even cute to be doing all of that. I cannot. I genuinely cannot. Kevin said Marisol is the reason why Dr. Nicole is not filming. I'm not surprised.
Nobody's surprised by that.
I don't think anybody's surprised. I'm there's like, there's always these cliques in the Housewives. Marisol's on the side of it. I've never really cared for. I'm surprised she's still here as a housewife, honestly, because she don't really give much. Also, another YouTube blogger, I keep seeing this, that Lisa's worse off camera. I mean, she said that she could not be there for her dying father because life still has to go on. So I'm not surprised. Not a Stephanie fan at all, yet I was here for her laying Lisa all the way out. I didn't care for Stephanie in the earlier episode. I still think it's too soon to tell if I like her or not or how I feel about her. But I was absolutely here for her reading Lisa for filth.
Once again, I need to see them sisters. Once I see them sisters, then I will assess my opinion later. Because I'm telling you, I feel like I know what I'm looking at. I feel like I'm close to it. So I'm not here for her yet. And the sister ordeal is going to determine if I'm going to fully see it for her or if I'm not.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And that's fair. That's also fair. But that's pretty much all that happened this episode.
Gertie, get a backbone. I better not see this no more.
I
Because
think
then
we'll
I'm
keep
going to.
seeing it.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm trying to speak it out loud because I don't want to see it. I really don't. Especially after all she's been through, I don't want to see it. I just don't. So I want her to get a backbone. I need her to be like Stephanie.
Fair. Fair. That is fair. And I think that's the right way to come in because now Stephanie has shown the women, don't fuck with me. Maybe they'll think twice before they act a certain way. I saw what Dr. Nicole had said. I definitely saw that. I'm not surprised, but I'm glad that Dr. Nicole is actually speaking out because as quiet as it's kept, Gertie and maybe Adriana are the only two people on this cast that I think are likable and watchable. Larsa's name is what's keeping her here, and the rest of them are just lucky to be here, honestly.
Because we want Larsa to go back to her maiden name and get that man
Yeah.
his name back.
All right. That man can't stand her. Kids is
Right.
grown. Give him his name back.
Give that man his name back and stop playing with the world.
Old lady.
Right.
Old enough for an AARP card out here.
Got
Her
the
and
nerve to
Phaedra.
got the nerve to showcase his little 20-year-old boy.
I cannot. But at least the Housewives of Miami are giving something. Housewives of Atlanta will be back, you guys. They took a break. So if you didn't see it live on James's channel for the Housewives of Atlanta, that's why. But they'll be back with part 1 of the reunion this Sunday. Buckle up. I don't feel like they needed 3 parts, but
They definitely didn't need no damn 3 parts, especially when Brie Edie wasn't even there, who brought half of the first 5 episodes, biggest drama ever. They needed a 2-point episode, and that's it. So
I'll be seeing people either love her or hate her, and nothing in between.
like I said, I don't know very many people on the cast, so I can't really speak to it. But I'll assess from going forward to see if I would like her or not. So far, she ain't did nothing that I felt like it was.
This season.
Yeah, this season, yeah. We'll
Lord.
see.
We will see, you guys. But that's it for the recap of Miami. I appreciate everybody who's here. Shout out to anybody who's watching when we're no longer live. I appreciate all of the replay people. Be sure to subscribe to James's channel. The link's in the description of this video. I'll be back live on my channel next week. We will be on James's channel through some of the days for the weekend. He's going to be taking over King's Court. Love and Marriage Huntsville will be returning shortly. There's another new owned show he might be doing. So subscribe.
Yeah, that one doesn't premiere until August. And Carlos, where is Bell Collective? I had totally forgot about Bell Collective, and I said, right. Did he ever replace Akeisha and Safant?
So Gucci will not be missed. Neither will JJ. Eventually, shenanigans get old and tired. I don't think he understands that. Like, after so long, it's just corny and played out. And it's like, get a haircut, bro. But I'm wondering where Bell Collective is. Because I heard that they were filming like a while ago and nothing.
Yeah, I heard that they got 2 replacements and everything. DM Rocks, where are you at with the tea? Because you always got it.
Mm-mm.
I will, Kevin Reynolds. I definitely will, because now I'm curious.
She's not likable. But she's very quiet so far this season, which is weird.
That's probably why, because I didn't watch previous seasons. I told you I stopped watching when Old Girl Mama died.
Yeah. Okay with you. Anyway, y'all, we will see y'all later this week on James's channel. I'll see you next week on my channel. Peace, love, and good energy to you all. And we'll see you next time. Adios.